double checking to make sure that we're actually showing up. Are we showing up? I'm not convinced. Not convinced. Okay, I see us. So we are good. So hi, welcome. Hi, great seeing you, Brenda. This is Dr. Erica. We have made it to Hump Day. So we are halfway through this week. As we talked about yesterday, we have been it feels like this year has been a sprint on accident, that somehow we are already to the middle of 2020. We are in June, and Lord knows how it seems like we got here so quickly. So I'm here tonight, and tonight's topic is one secret to crush anxiety and uncertainty. And you might want to be like, hi, Dr. Nino. Hey, Dr. Erica. Why is this important? So why I wanted to bring this to you is there's some subtext to the title, because there's so much anxiety and uncertainty around right now, and it's related to there are numerous large events and circumstances. But the good thing is the tip we're going to talk about today is something that'll work even when the pandemic is over. Once we get to a place where people are no longer dehumanized, this will still work, because there'll still be things that will cause anxiety and uncertainty. But right now, people feel a lot of anxiety and uncertainty, partially because there is a pandemic. We've been dealing with this pandemic for a few months, but it still is relatively new. There are a lot of adjustments. People now are starting to adjust with the fact that some things are opening up, and also how to protect themselves in the midst of feeling like they need to express themselves in the midst of so much dehumanization, especially of Black people, with the deaths of Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, and Breonna Taylor, is that people are feeling this push to figure out what can they do to be a person of change. And part of the decisions people are making are to participate in protests. And there are just so many shifts and changes, and just trying to figure out what to do and how to deal with these emotions. Hi, Diane. Thanks for coming on. Hi, Norman. Thanks for coming on. So I wanted to give you something that you can use. So if you don't know me, welcome. If you do know me, welcome to you too. Quick housekeeping tips. Number one is, if you feel like anybody needs this message, please tag them. If you also feel like anybody needs this message, you can share. Sharing is caring. The other thing is, if you're watching this later, it's all good. Just put hashtag replay in the comments so I know you came. Put comments anytime. Let me know how you're doing and where you're at right now, okay? Let's go ahead and get started. So again, I'm Dr. Erica, double board certified psychiatrist and integrative lifestyle coach and best-selling author. I am on a mission to help women feel loved, seen, valued on their own terms. But today I'm coming to you, it doesn't matter your gender, with over 15 years worth of experience in human behavior. And I'm here to help you get through all of this with your sanity intact with these live streams. I have a book, I have a telepsychiatry practice, but we're going to just talk about that a little later. So let's go ahead and get started. So you're probably wondering, Dr. Erica, what is that one secret? So we're going to start off with the fact is, you might wonder, why don't I know the secret? Or why don't they want you to know this? Well, one thing is, sometimes our society does things and life sometimes, things happen that make you feel like you don't have power. So it reinforces that you're dependent on all these people and all of this society and all these other things to make your life better or to take care of you. And the thing I'd like to say is, we're going to talk about why you don't need all that. All right? Hi, Tamara. Thanks for coming on. So the one secret, and we're going to remix the secret, is it is all about you. Now you might say, hey, Dr. Erica, that sounds kind of selfish. Or, hey, Dr. Erica, you often say it's about having a life of service. How can I have a life of service and not be selfish if it's all about me? Well, the reason it is all about you, and in this case it's all about me, is it's all about my thoughts, and it's all about your thoughts. And by being in control and aware of your own thoughts, it puts the power back to you. Because part of the reason people are so anxious and feel so uncertain is people are feeling powerless. They're feeling like they're just kind of working with whatever is thrown at them. And sometimes it feels just overwhelmed. And let's see. Diane says you can't pour into others if you're depleted. That is very, very true. So there are a couple reasons. So one reason it is all about you and all about your mind is that number one, as Diane just brought up, we'll start with that one, is that if you don't take care of yourself, you can't help anybody else. And it makes you ineffective. So one reason it's all about you is you need to be able to be in the best place to have that life of service and to make that difference in the world and to make the world a better place. But first you have to take care of yourself. The second reason it is all about you is that reminds you that you are in control of something. You are 100% in control of you. Hi, Dr. Leslie, just like I am 100% in control of me. And the more you can remind yourself that, it will make you feel less out of control, or that things are just less haphazardly happening to you. If you remember that you are in control of you, because being in control of you, or me being in control of myself, is actually super freaking huge. We may not all be able to control what other people do, how other people react to us, what other people just do in general. I can't control if someone wears a mask. I can't control if someone is racist, but I can control myself and my reactions to other people. That helps, number one, create a space of safety. It also helps you be grounded, but it also helps you feel like you're in control, because a lot of that anxiety is from feeling out of control. When you remind yourself that you are in control of your person, then that helps remind you that you do actually have some control, and that my business bestie has a acronym for fear that I always jack up, so I'm gonna have to have her come back on and say it. But the thing is by reminding yourself that you are in control, it takes away all of those thoughts that aren't true, because a lot of times we tell ourselves things that aren't true. We tell ourselves that we're helpless, or we can't do anything, or there just aren't any options, or we're out of control. And that's actually not the truth. We're honestly telling ourselves lies, or we're believing lies other people told us about ourselves and our lives. So it's all about you, because you are actually in control of yourself, and that is power. Got that? All right. The next one is that if it's all about you and you remember that, then it helps you to be present and self-aware and grounded. So when we talk about it in that sense, it's all about you, it's all about me, and I can be present with myself, be conscious of what my thoughts are, be grounded, so that I can do what I need. That can be anything from, sometimes we're adults, we have tasks we need to do. We need to be self-aware so we know when we need rest. We need to know when we need to connect with people, so we know when we need to ask for help. Just a multitude of things. Hey, Douglas, thanks for coming on. And you have to have some level of self-awareness to, number one, know what you need, and to also, when you're present and mindful, it helps you to be able to have some control over your thoughts, because being in control of your thoughts is extremely, extremely powerful. It's powerful in so many ways, and one way we talked about yesterday is that your thoughts can actually impact your brain neurochemistry. Yes, I said it. Your thoughts can control your brain neurochemistry. So the thing is if you're able to start getting control of those thoughts and be mindful, be present, be aware of your emotions, be aware of what you need, be aware of when you need to be poured into, not just to pour out of yourself, is that puts you in a place that, number one, you can be settled enough that you can actually use the law of attraction for your own good, that you're actually able to focus on the types of emotions and what you want to manifest and what you want out of your life, so that you can attract those things to you. And by being mindful of what you're thinking, that helps you, even when it's difficult, to still be in a space of gratitude, or visualize what you want, even if it's not what you have right now, so that you're bringing in the energy to attract that, not the space you're in. Because there are times, I know a lot of us have had some really rough weeks, and last week and the week before, it was really, really tough. And if you're sitting in a humongous pile of angst and fear, and I'm not saying never be afraid, I'm not saying never feel anxious, I'm not saying never feel mad, never feel angsty. It's just be self aware that at some point, even if it's almost like you gotta fake it till you make it, is even if you're kind of like, this is too much, is try to figure out what would I feel like if it wasn't too much? What would I feel like if I felt valued? What would I feel like if I felt like people saw me for who I really am? What would I feel like if I was able to accomplish all these goals? What would it feel like if I was able to change the world to make it the world I've always wanted? And when you have those feelings, then you're using the law of attraction to attract not only more of those feelings, but also to have the world align for you to be able to do those things. So that one right there, being in control of your mind, just means a whole lot. But when you start shifting to being mindful, centered, and grounded, it's amazing what changes can happen, even if you're not exactly where you want to be, or your environment isn't exactly what you want it to be. Because you know what that also does is thinking it's all about me or it's all about you, is that it gives you the power to start thinking, what do you need to change in your environment for your environment to feel like it's safe, for your environment to feel like it actually feeds your soul instead of just taking away. And that puts you in a place to have a more healthy environment. That environment can be home, it can be in your community, it can be school, it can be work. But these are all places we go, and for a lot of people, every place they are doesn't feel safe. There are people that don't feel safe at work for one reason or another, for it being a situation of just feeling that there's so much racism or sexism, or they just aren't appreciated, or people don't listen, to just literally feel like someone's harassing them. But the thing is being in a mindset where you feel like you can start being part of the change to set up your environment the way you want. So those are some of the basic ways that it being all about you and all about being in control of your thoughts can help just crush anxiety and uncertainty, because then you're not dealing with so much uncertainty because you're actually in control and acknowledging the control you have, because it's all about you. So thanks again for everyone for coming on. We're going to do just a really quick review. We were talking about the fact that there's so much anxiety, angst, and uncertainty out there right now, especially dealing with all the dehumanization of Black people and this pandemic that is just still going strong, that we need some tools. So I said we have one secret. The one secret today is that it is all about you. And when it's all about you, it's all about how you think and how you are. And one of the reasons we're talking about that is it has to be all about you, so you take care of yourself well enough that you can pour into others and be of service and to be of change. Another is that it has to be all about you so that you can be mindful of your own thoughts and of what you need, so that you can get what you need and you can change your environment. Also, it's all about you so that you can remember that you are actually in full control of yourself, which allows you to then start being in control of your environment. The more you realize that you are in control, the more it dispels that all those lies that you have been told that you are not in control. Because the sad thing is, society and the world sometimes gives you feedback that you are not in control. And people have probably felt very out of control lately because they didn't feel comfortable leaving their house and they couldn't leave, or things are going on with work and they're furloughed or they're not getting paid. Just so much stuff. And then folks are feeling like, hey, if I go out, someone might kill me. I'm Black. That's a realistic fear. But it's being at a place where you start shifting it and you start being in control of your thoughts, and remember that you are in control of you, so you can be in control of some of your immediate environment. And you can also make sure that the spaces that you have to be in the most, which typically for most adults are home and work, but you may be in school, homework, school, is that you create safe spaces there. But to create the safe space, you have to value yourself enough, because it's all about you. Value yourself enough to create and make the change and speak up to get that safe space. And the other reason is by starting to be mindful of your thoughts and remember that you are in control of your thoughts and it is all about you, is that then you can shift into visualize and manifesting what you actually deserve, those things you really want, the changes you want in your life, the things you want, the emotions you want, the kind of relationships you want. And when you're able to start picturing and visualizing them and feeling them, you can attract them back to you. So that's the secret today. And I'm not Rhonda Byrne, but that's the secret. And I just want to send a lot of love out to all of you all. Thank you so much for the positive feedback and the thank yous, and that this is great information. I really appreciate it. I'm not going to keep you too long because I know it's the middle of the week. Everybody is super, super busy, and everybody's kind of planning what's going to go on for the rest of the week. But I just want you to remember that it is all about you, and you are in control of your own thoughts and your life. Don't let anybody tell you anything else different. If they are telling you something different, they are gaslighting you. Don't buy into the gaslight. And remember also that your thoughts can affect your brain neurochemistry. So the more that we can have positive thoughts, or even appreciate when we have pleasure or enjoy things and hold on to those feelings, even when it's tough, just think about how you felt when you felt good, even if it's for just a few minutes. It helps shift your chemistry. And I think all of us need some positive brain chemistry. What do you think? You need positive brain chemistry? I think you do. I think I do. So that's what I got for you tonight. So again, I'm Dr. Erica, double board certified psychiatrist, integrative lifestyle coach, and best-selling author. I'm on a mission to help women feel valued, seen on their own terms. But I'm coming to you. It doesn't matter your gender. I am just here to help you get through all this madness with your sanity intact, and for us to get through all of this together. If you feel overwhelmed, don't be ashamed. If you feel overwhelmed, and just some gratitude, some positive thoughts, some podcasts, and some Oprah won't do it for you. And thanks for coming on, Tara. It's okay. There's no shame in getting some help. One of the things I like to tell people is it's a lot easier getting help early than waiting till it's a crisis. And especially for what I do as a psychiatrist, that there are times where I don't have to use medicine, and that's a lot easier before it's a crisis. So I think I've told you before, I'm going to tell you again, I do have a telepsychiatry practice that has just started. I'm focusing right now on people that are located in Georgia and Tennessee. It's for all adults. I'm not doing kids yet, even though I'm also a child psychiatrist. Thanks for coming on, Dr. Courtney. Thanks for coming on, Chris. Is that started. It is going. I'm seeing patients. I'm very excited about the ability, and this is something else about it's all about me. I knew how I want to deliver care. I knew the kind of doctor I want to be. I knew that I wanted to be able to spend a significant amount of time with people and not rush. And that's what I built. So even the first appointment is 90 minutes. We're making sure we make it through everything. So if you are struggling, or you know someone that's struggling, please feel free to come on over to goodwintelepsych.com. That's goodwintelepsych.com to get some more information. That's what I got for you. I hope you have a great night. The last thing I have for you is that, remember, got the same homework as always. Please make sure you call at least one person and tell them that you love them. And guess what? They'll probably tell you that they love you back too. And who can't use a little bit more love in their love bucket? So have a great night, y'all. Good night.